You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor. Subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments below. Be sure to smash that like button. LSU will hit the practice field today for the first time in their preparation for the Georgia Bulldogs. Yesterday, Monday is a film review day, a treatment day, and then Tuesday they hit the practice field. So Brian Kelly, everyone's watching Jaden Daniels, of course, to see his status. Brian Kelly, just as a refresher, said this on Monday about Jaden Daniels and what the plan was for him this week.
So he's been evaluated. He's in a walking boot. We'll keep him in that boot today, and then tomorrow he'll go in for his exam. And really, this is about, strength. He'll go on the Altered G today, so he'll run with no, obviously, force and keep him conditioned even through today, which is a weight training and film study day. And then tomorrow he'll go through a manual exam where effectively he's got to be able to get up on his toes. If he's able to do that, then we're ready to go for Tuesday.
So Tigers practice this afternoon, and presumably Jaden Daniels will be out there, and we'll certainly get some type of insight into that if Jaden Daniels is able to go or how effective he is. Speaking of which, Kirby Smart was obviously asked in his availability about the LSU quarterback. Here's what he said.
Everybody you talk to, he's way faster than you envisioned. He is athletic. He can go into super quick hyperspeed mode, run away from you, run around you. He stiff arms guys. He's really athletic, but it's not like he's one of these guys that can't throw. He's a pocket passer, and he's very polished. He throws the ball really, really well, and he's extremely athletic. So he's the combination that when you start saying, all right, what do I got to have to beat people in this league, is an athletic quarterback that can beat you with his arm, and he's that.
He's thrown for 2,500 yards this year, 15 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. That is a better than good year. There have certainly been down moments, as we've talked about, but Jaden Daniels accounts for 65% of LSU's offense. 65% of this team's offense. LSU goes as Jaden Daniels goes, so they will need Jaden Daniels as close to whole, and the Daniels we saw against Florida, against Ole Miss, the second half against Auburn, the Bama game, of course. You're going to have to see that Jaden Daniels on Saturday for LSU to have a chance in this game against the Georgia Bulldogs, the number one team in the country. Interestingly enough, I was kind of looking at, I don't know if you've paid any attention to this, and I know some of you lock into point spreads and betting lines and things like that, and some of you don't. But even if you're not into sports betting, that's fine. But we all kind of look at what the spread is because Las Vegas is the completely objective judge, right? I mean, the only thing Vegas cares about is money. So they want to have an accurate line that's going to generate action on each side. So the line opened up around 15, and it's up to 17.5. Obviously, that's a reaction to LSU's loss against Texas A&M. You've had a lot of money come in on Georgia, which has caused that line to increase. For what it's worth, I was looking at sort of some historical context. The most one-sided spread, not result, but spread, in the history of the SEC championship game again, so going back to 1992, was the 1995 SEC championship game. Florida that year was a 24-point favorite over Arkansas. If you remember that season, or for those who don't remember that season, LSU beat Arkansas in Tiger Stadium on the Friday after Thanksgiving, the regular season finale. Shut them out, as I recall, and it was a good Arkansas team, but LSU got hot. Obviously played in the Independence Bowl that year against Michigan State. Nick Saban, that was Jared DiNardo's first team, but LSU beat Arkansas in Tiger Stadium, but Arkansas had already won the West. They went to Atlanta and got blown out by Florida in that game. The final was 34-3, but that spread was the biggest, the 24 points back in 1995. We've only seen a double-digit spread a couple of other times. In 2011, LSU is a 12.5-point favorite over Georgia. LSU won 42-10. In 2008, Florida was a 10-point favorite over Alabama. They won 31-20. In 2004, Auburn, that Auburn team that went undefeated, was a 14.5-point favorite over Tennessee. They won 38-28. And in 1998, Tennessee, with T. Martin, the team that won the national championship, was a 14-point favorite over Mississippi State. That was Mississippi State's only appearance in the SEC championship game, and Tennessee won that game by a point. Tennessee won that game 24-14. They won it by 10. So it has been a rare occurrence that you have seen a double-digit spread in the SEC championship game. And it is rare that you see the underdog win outright. Alabama last year won as an underdog, beating Georgia. But that is something that has happened seldom throughout the history of this game. LSU back in 2001 won the game outright as an underdog. But it's been a rare occurrence. From 1992 to 2013, it happened only 5 times where the underdog won the game outright. So LSU has a steep hill to climb. We all know that against Georgia. And Georgia when they lock in, they are a fantastic football team, and by and large, their defense carries the day. They're the number 1 scoring defense in the country, allowing an average of 11 points per game. The 2 teams that have scored the most against them, oddly enough, are Kent State and Missouri, who each scored 20 points against the Georgia Bulldogs. And of course, they throttled the 2 best teams on their schedule. They beat Oregon 49-3. And they put Tennessee in a 3-hour chokehold, beating them 27-13. So that defense is something to handle. LSU is going to have a great game plan, and Jaden Daniels is going to have to be ready to roll on Saturday when LSU takes on the Bulldogs. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.